I say we're ready, but we actually discussed 0 topics in our green room today.
Hey, man, we were rushed.
Yes.
We were rushed for good reason, though.
But this is where we start to roll with talent.
Yeah.
Where we just,
This is going to be a 100% wing it.
Well, that's all right. I want to welcome back our producer, just freshly from Colorado. He decided to take a quick excursion to explore the 420 programs they have up there.
Nice.
I'm not sure exactly what that means, but...
That's my son's birthday, by the way.
Oh, sure.
April 20th.
Oh. It's like, no, really, it's my birthday. Sure it is.
Turned, well, we didn't know anything about, I don't know, how long has 420 been around as pot day?
You know, it's 420. Mr. Producer, you're probably going to look that up here, but 420 is not. It has something to do with. I think it has something to do with the case law number.
Oh, I don't know.
From California. I think that's what it is. I'm
I don't
not
know.
really sure. All right. Well, it is.
Why California? Who gives a shit about them?
We don't. I don't.
Everything causes cancer. When you step into that state, everything causes you cancer.
Apparently.
Yeah.
It's fine, fine everywhere else, though.
That's so retarded. You look at anything, anything you buy. You get a can of spray paint, a little baby powder. It's like on the very bin. Warning: causes cancer in California.
Yeah.
So
Prop 65 or whatever the hell they call it.
Before we bust a nut all over politics in California. April 24th. Welcome back, Mr. Producer. Thank you for coming tonight, dudes like us. I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
We have tons and tons of winged shit that we're going to be throwing at you.
And we don't even know what it is yet.
Yeah.
Oh, we got plenty of stuff. There's stuff that we haven't talked about because we were gone for almost a month.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we got through the Colorado trip last time.
It wasn't even really complete. We didn't talk about my scat little venture out in the woods.
Own up, you shit in the field, and you took a picture of it.
Yeah, like I'm
said,
shit
look,
little pebbles.
There's a bear.
He didn't tell me about it, so I don't know.
I may have that.
We did do some rock climbing. Though.
It was a little too cold to be pulling my pants down out there. I think it was like, what, 30 degrees?
In the morning, it was 10.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was
10 or 12. But it got up to almost 35, 40, which seemed warm, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when we were rock climbing, we didn't have any issues at all in terms of being cold.
No. In fact, I didn't wear my parka either when I was up there rock climbing. I was fine.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, that's because we had our large vessel of bourbon.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. All right, what does 420 mean? 420 refers to the April 20th or April 20th, the date has come to be known as the official stoner holiday on which marijuana smokers celebrate their love of bud. The number 420 itself has come to be associated with marijuana and smoking is often a colloquial term for the flower and act of consuming it. Smokers 420 not only as a day to kick back and celebrate their love of the stuff, but also to push for a broader legalization and decriminalization of marijuana federally. But all right, scroll. Where does it actually come from, though?
Up right there, I think. 420 is the code police use to describe marijuana smoking.
Well, but 420 is also the number of active chemicals in weed that get you high.
I don't know. Look, I'm not saying that those
April
aren't
20,
true.
Oh, these are all guesses.
Oh, these are popular rumors.
April 20th was Bob Marley's birthday.
No,
it wasn't.
It's I think it has something to do with
legal
case.
Scroll down because in reality it's much simpler and perhaps less exciting.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what it is. All right. To a group of teenagers hanging out after school in the early 70s, 5 students at this San Rafael High School in Marin County, California, would meet outside of the school after extracurricular activities and ended for the day. Let's see here. They called them the Waldos, and the official meeting time was 4:20 p.m.
I call bullshit. How would they know this?
And they started using 420 as the code for smoking.
I think that's just some people trying to take credit for it. How would they know this?
Well, it went on to explain. I don't know if we want to get into all that.
To St. Raphael
One
High
of the
School.
members, Dave Reddix, later got work as a roadie for the Grateful Dead. Here we go. And the band helped to popularize the term. He told Time specifically, the man, dude, my eyes are blurry. I can't read that. There we go.
It's called old age.
Specifically, a flyer distributed by the group of the Oakland Deadheads in December 1990, inviting people to smoke weed on April 20th at 420, did the trick. Okay, well, there we go. So it is true.
All right. So it's just a date picked out of someone's ass, basically.
Well, but he was a roadie for the Deadheads.
So the California Senate Bill 420 is basically where it says disallows marijuana smoking in no smoking zones within 1,000 feet, 300 meters of a school.
But did
or
they
youth center.
did they use that number because
I bet you
of
they
that?
did. I bet you they did.
420.
What came first?
Well, this was in the 70s.
Well, that was in the 70s.
That was in the 70s.
Well,
Crazy.
I've always heard it to be this. That may have been coincidence or maybe the reason, but they both
I don't
exist.
know.
Whatever. And I don't care.
I don't care.
The only
either.
reason I care is,
Yeah.
it's Steven's birthday, and I think he used to get shit for it when he was in school, just
Oh,
because
did
the
he
kids
really?
are stupid.
What are you, a stoner? Your birthday's on 420.
They also said, even in elementary school, I don't even know if this is right. That's Hitler's birthday.
Oh, great.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if it is or not, but he's heard that. as well.
Yeah, we don't need to look that up.
Yeah.
He's not worth it.
Wow. Speaking of worth it, how was it last Saturday at the 1845 Distillery? Shout out to the Lowry Crossings 1845 Distillery.
Yeah, this was the single barrel 109
No,
celebration.
106.
Yeah, whoever bought a bottle of 109, 106?
106.
Oh, sorry, 106. Whoever bought a bottle of it,
spicy.
It is.
got invited to pick up their bottle
A VIP party.
and samples of it, and Bob got to kind of give a speech about how they got started and
Where they're at over the last year, what's happened.
Yep.
It's ramped up 1,000%.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they
The
sell their
last-
stuff. They sell the stuff at Total Wine now. I
And
was
Specs and Liquor
floored.
King.
Yeah, Specs as well, huh?
And Liquor King.
Oh,
And their master distiller gave a little speech as
yeah,
well.
he gave a little toast.
Miguel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's very
Miguel.
quiet and introverted, is he?
He
I
did fine.
don't think we've met him enough to really know, and he didn't seem like it at all. No.
No, yeah, he
Okay.
talked to us for quite a while.
Yeah,
Well,
and they
good
signed
deal.
the bottles, and it was really cool. It was fun.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool to go to Total Wine last Friday and see that they were hosting a training class, and they were 1845 here. And
It was a special tasting for the employees of
and,
Total
and
Wine.
the Dudes Like Us podcast just barge in the middle
We
of their
totally
training
did.
program.
We tried
like
to crash
own
it.
the place.
We tried to crash it. Like, hey, can we have some?
What was cool is like Stan started clapping when we walked in.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's
like-
funny.
He's
And
like,
it's
yeah,
funny.
those are the guys I was telling you about.
Yeah, and so I was waiting for Total Wine to call security or something, and one of the guys said, "Do you know these guys?" And Bob goes, "Oh yeah, we love these guys. we love these guys." It was pretty
AKA, we
funny.
tolerate the shit out of them.
right.
Yeah. We
Hey-
don't harass them. We don't go up there every single weekend and stuff like
No,
that. But
no, and
Yeah.
we try to stay out of their way.
yeah.
Well, it's fun though. It's exciting, and because it's groundbreaking kind of stuff, and to be there when this is happening, it's not ours to enjoy. I'm just happy
It's just
for
fun.
them.
It's fun to watch.
It's really fun
It's
to watch.
kind of an American dream, and people out there that are into beer brewing or any kind of craft that they do themselves. That's huge. To see it take that next step. I'm
Yeah.
so proud and happy for
It's
them.
like we want this podcast to take the next step.
There we
You
go.
know,
I mean,
you
just
know.
imagine 15, 20 years from now, looking back, and they're like everywhere. They're like a household name in
Are
terms
you like
of bourbon.
dudes like us?
No, well, that too.
Oh, yes.
But-
Wow.
Yeah, like 1845 is a household
Oh
name.
shoot!
and
Our
we're
dudes like
dude,
us
we're
magnets are going to be worth thousands of
Thousands.
dollars.
Could be.
at
Millions.
least. Well, yeah.
We'll have to number all of them.
We. Which magnet do you have? Oh, I have 4,221. What do you
Wow,
have?
that's kind of nice.
I've got one of the first 15 ever made.
Yeah, we got the
Oh.
bootlegged.
These were the
coins.
first edition where we
Right.
didn't have the laser gauged incorrectly.
Right. Yeah, they're all blurry and super burnt in.
It's still cool. Dudes like us, Ford or Dudes Like Us dash podcast on Instagram. Dudes Like Us dash Woodcraft. If you guys, is it woodcrafting or woodcraft? I forget exactly.
I don't
what it is.
remember.
Whatever. It'll
Yeah, you
populate
just put
once
wood
you're
in there, it'll come in. It'll
Yeah.
come up.
Well, careful. Don't just put wood in there
Just-
because
yeah.
last time you did
Yeah,
that.
dude,
Well, I will have to say that we ran into the Boozy Baker while we were out there.
That's right.
Boozy Baker.
He-
So that's somebody they partner with to make cookies that have bourbon in them.
I have to say they were outstanding.
They were good.
They
They
were
were really, really
outstanding.
good. And what's really interesting, tell that story. Like when we first got there, June, was it June? No. Somebody brought him over to us.
Oh yeah, he listens to the podcast, and he wanted to meet us and talk to us and kind of explain what he did and whatnot. And I think we're going to need to have him on.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what he does, those cookies, I don't know how he does it, but they are. You should have one in your bag.
A cookie?
I think so.
No, I ate it.
Oh.
Look, I've already had them before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a vendor up at Filtered Coffee Shop in downtown McKinney.
Gotcha. So,
Yeah,
outstanding.
he was really excited to meet us. That was really kind of neat.
And it's kind of cool too to know that you've got a fan out there because
Right.
that makes 3.
Yep. Well, 2. We lost one.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember what you said last podcast? Never mind.
Was it about white people?
Yeah, it was about white people. Yeah. You
Yeah.
insult them constantly.
God bless it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But,
But,
speaking of insulting white people, I'm sorry. Go on.
I was going to say no. Really nice guy, and
Yeah.
we have his car. We need to make sure that we schedule to.
So
have him on.
He would have a very interesting story, I think.
So he the very next day he had put on the Instagram and Facebook that he met the Dudes Like Us from the Dudes Like Us podcast.
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh, how cool
Yeah,
is that?
and he
had
tagged
a call,
us.
He had a call out. That's
It was cool,
Outstanding.
and
Outstanding.
we reiterated it through the Filtered Coffee Shop, and of course the Dudes Like Us dash Woodcraft and Dudes Like Us dash podcast. We
Did you post those
hashtagged
pictures?
it. They were already up there.
No, on our Instagram.
No, not yet.
Okay.
No, because
For some reason, I'm having trouble logging into our accounts.
yeah, we got to figure that out. So I'll send you over the we got to figure that out. Just when you're in Vegas, doing what you're doing, when you're on the phone, and tomorrow and Friday, like you want to call me on Friday, if you have time, you're sitting there doing whatever. I don't know.
playing Wordle.
Well,
Could be Wordle.
Yeah.
What the hell's Wordle?
Wordle? You've never heard of Wordle?
No.
Is it called Wordle?
I have no idea.
Oh, it's the app where you're given like 5 letters, and it's like in a crossword puzzle
Oh,
format.
it's a web-based word game created.
No,
Get
it's-
6 chances to guess a word.
No, this is
So it's another word.
It's not Wordle, I guess. The one I play is there's this wheel of letters, and you have to make as many
I've
words
seen
as
that,
you can with those
Oh.
letters, and then it's like there's a crossword puzzle that tells you kind of what the next one
Yep,
is.
I've
and
seen that.
it's
Yeah,
cool.
I've played that before. Yeah.
It's addictive, man.
I try not to download too many games on my phone because they are addicting.
They are.
They are addicting, and plus, I can't stand it when you're playing these games and all of a sudden, like, you got to watch this 2-minute commercial
Oh,
to be
yeah.
able to
That
play for
drives
free.
me nuts.
As soon as one of that happens, I delete it immediately.
Yeah, they
I'm
all
done.
have it. They all
They
have
do,
it.
unless
There
you
are some that
unless you
don't.
pay like $5 or $10 to get the ad-free
Yeah.
version.
Well, some of
But
them want
even
like
then-
$5 a month or something
Oh,
ridiculous
no,
like
forget
that.
So I got to share with you. There's a story that I heard about the we've got the economics of the United States has been shifting for a long time. Even when Trump was president, things were up, but still the dynamic of Amazon and online shipping is suffocating some of these mom and pop businesses and suffocating malls. That's kind of where I'm going to with these things. Malls are like one of the number one areas, community places that are turning into ghost towns. Where
That's been happening for quite a while.
Quite a
it
while.
has.
It's
The
been
whole-
happening for decades.
the brick and mortar-
slowly
yeah.
dying.
You don't think? Are you sure about that, or is it just an
100%.
Amazon thing?
No, it's not just. That may have sped things up, but the malls have been dying for a long time.
Interesting.
Even when I was up in Cincinnati 40 years ago, there were malls that were
bet-
struggling and shutting down.
I bet that's probably a product, maybe, of these multi conglomerate stores like Walmart, Target, and Kmart, and whatever else
It
is
could
out
be.
there. It's an all-in-one shop. I mean, think about. I mean, you guys grew up going to the mall, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
going
yeah.
to the mall was like when I grew up. It was like the cool thing to do, even if you don't shop and buy anything. I mean, you
Right.
go down there and
It's like a teenage, preteen,
you're-
preteen and teen hangout.
you're checking out. I remember I skipped school one time and we went to J.C. Penney's in the mall and we sat there and hung out in the elevator.
Ooh, what were you doing?
Farting.
Oh, we just
smelling.
hanging out in the elevator because nobody was in there. No one would go to the elevator. I mean, how many times? Nobody went to the elevator. When someone did, oh my God, we scrambled to stand up on our feet. All right, we just walk out the elevator.
You pull your pants up and.
Ooh, what kind of skipping school
Oh,
thing? What kind
okay, my bad. I didn't know what you guys were
skipping
doing.
school. I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was it? Was it a?
God.
Was there no glass on it? Because you see those when the malls usually. have
No,
the glass
not
on
one
it.
of the hallways. One. This is the one that's inside the J.C.
Yeah,
Penney's.
these are the ones that like nobody
Oh.
even knows about.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they're not even they're public, but it's kind of like inside the thing. But whatever.
Were you the kind of teenager that like with your friends you would like try to figure out if you could get to the roofs of this place and that place and like
I was.
just do crazy shit like that?
I don't think so. No, not a thing. I did not do that at all. No, we did not.
You did that?
Well,
Jeff?
not at a mall. We did it with our elementary school.
Really? You got on the roof?
Yeah, we figured
During
it.
school?
No, after dark, we'd run up because elementary school was real close to my house,
Juvenile delinquencies, dude like us.
Yeah.
and we figured out a way.
So
they
you
had
put like the black paint on your face and
no, we'd wear we'd wear dark
put
clothing.
the hood on. Yeah,
Were you
dark
wearing like
clothing
the,
and a hoodie,
like
were-
the Nintendo's Contra
Yeah.
black paint, you know?
little walkie-talkies,
balaclava on and everything.
walkie-talkies and stuff.
Yeah. No, we didn't have any of that shit.
Oh.
But
they had a bullhorn.
we just wear dark pants. Yeah.
It was
Hey,
it was
Jeff, I'm up here.
It
Here
wasn't even
comes the
electric.
janitor.
It wasn't even electric. It was like this folded up cardboard they were using there.
Yeah.
Well, I remember one time we'd
Like
get
the
up there. We
cheerleaders
wouldn't
use.
do anything. We'd get up there and we'd just walk around, right?
Right.
Because hey, we're on top. Of the
Because you
school.
could, yeah.
Yeah. And we were hopping down once, and the janitor comes out. It was probably 8 o'clock. It was dark out.
Was she hot?
It was some
Yeah.
old dude,
Oh.
And he's smoking a doobie.
and he yelling at us. And of course, he was old and running. And
He's like, all right,
there's a-
all right, all right.
there's a big field that
Big
was
jug
right
of
next to it.
bourbon.
There's a really big field that was right next to it that we could play soccer on. It was huge, and there were baseball fields, and we went running, and he came running out a little bit, and we just
He started to chase you guys
we just dove in the middle of the field and laid flat.
in the pitch black dark.
And
He
it was
couldn't
pitch
see
black.
you.
So we were laying flat, and he walked up, and he was yelling, and he was I don't know what he was saying. Shit, that was 40 years ago, and he was yelling at us, and of course we were all laying there flat, freaking out.
Now, you have a
Oh, yeah.
tendency of you share a lot of these stories in Cincinnati where you're doing these
I was in a-
extracurricular.
I
How,
was-
how are you not in juvenile detention like
Yes.
most of your childhood?
I didn't do a bunch of stupid things.
You only have to do one.
Yeah, but I don't know if you would have gotten in. I'm sure the police would have wagged your finger and called your parents if they actually caught you up there.
Right.
But I didn't do anything destructive or anything like that.
Oh,
Uh,
nowadays they have cameras everywhere.
Oh yeah, you could.
Back then they had nothing.
Yeah, and plus facial recognition. Oh, that's little Johnny.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
All
And they
right.
already have a record of him.
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell by that birthmark on his leg or something.
Yeah, no kidding.
God.
So yeah, we did that, and we didn't do much. I mean, we climbed. We had a creek behind the house, and I think I've told you this, where the sewer from the street, the rainwater
Oh, you
would empty into it. We climbed into the pipe and up into the sewer,
How far did you get?
probably about 300 feet
Damn.
in.
Did you get nervous?
When it's pitch black in there at some point, right?
Yeah.
And you got water coming out, and
You didn't have flashlights or anything?
Yeah,
Of
we had
course
a
you did. I
flashlight.
was going to say.
we had flashlight,
that lighter, like
Yeah.
and
Just like the movie Alien.
they had
he
this.
took his underwear off, wrapped it around, put some oil on there.
There's some kind of moss or something, algae growing. It looked like a big red tongue, and it was
Ooh.
hairy kind of a thing. So must have been algae or something. But you kind of had to work around that, and it ran the whole length of it.
Ooh.
And like I said, you got up there, and you're on your hands and knees crawling through this thing, and you have someone in front of you, someone in back of you, so you really can't see. And you finally come into a room, and you're underneath the street, and you can stand up,
Nice.
and you can see the manhole, 50 feet up. And
so sexist.
Was there a ladder? That you
uh,
could get up to the manhole?
no, it was like in the middle of the room.
What? Why sexist? Oh, a manhole.
Manhole.
Yeah.
And then they had really small.
Ding,
then
things
they-
they
Yeah,
don't
but
see
if you
would say.
said we looked up at the woman hole and
Yeah.
we really liked it,
Oh, yeah.
see, that would be totally different.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was like, we could barely reach it.
yeah.
We tried. We jumped and we tried to reach
Yeah,
it.
and they just
Smelled
had
great.
smaller pipes going off to the sides that you couldn't climb in. So we just hang out in there for a
So
few minutes, and then we'd leave.
Right. Oh,
Right.
cool.
Well, let's walk us through like the mall thing. So when we're at the mall, what was one of your? I mean, obviously Spencer's is like a shining icon.
Spencer's, yeah.
Yeah, Spencer's novelty items. Now Spencer's, I think, is closing down their shops, and I think the government has given them like a $25 million bailout or something like that to
For
help
what?
them out.
Now? Right
currently,
now?
yes.
This is current news?
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Producer, can you type in
they-
Spencer's and $25 million?
Are they
and see what
deemed
pops up?
essential?
I don't know.
Right? Sorry.
Maybe
Choking over here.
maybe not.
I'm sure they were deemed essential.
Maybe
Yeah.
not, but maybe the fact that they're kind of a staple in most malls, maybe
I've never even heard of it.
Spencer's?
Spencer's gifts?
No.
Oh, come on.
Dude.
Okay, well, first off, I didn't grow up in the United States, guys. I saw the malls on summertime, and it wasn't very much.
You're a grown ass man. You've never seen Spencer's at a mall?
I never go to the mall.
Boy,
dude.
it was a preteen and teenage boy's dream.
I have
to
never.
go in there.
I've never like been. Oh, that's Spencer's. No,
Boy,
I
they
haven't.
had posters of just scantily clad women that you could
Spencer's?
sit there. Oh yeah.
All right,
That you
Mr.
could just
Producer,
flip through.
instead of just get rid of the
Nice.
25 million, unless that's it right there. Well, hold on. Let the back. I mean, you can continue to look for that, but my point of bringing up the mall is I kind of wanted to reminisce and talk about all the things that were at the mall, like your number one things that you would down there. I mean, the KB Toy Store, which you used
I
to.
knew there
I
was
used
a
to
toy-
work there.
Yeah, a toy story was. I mean, a toy store was cool. That was
Yeah.
always cool.
You know,
We used to hit the bookstore to look at the magazines until they yelled at you.
Walden Books or
Walden,
something like that.
yeah, Walden Books.
Then they always had Radio Shack.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Radio
we'd go-
Shack
we'd
was
go to
Always
Radio
had
Shack.
Radio Shack. That's
know-
is that gone? That's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they shut down.
Like completely.
Yeah, completely gone.
Where do you buy that shit that you get? I mean, it was very
online.
It was very unique stuff they sold.
Like little transistors
I
and
know.
resistors.
Like boxes and I mean little tiny trays of all this weird shit. I mean, people that like, built their own radios and stuff, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't recall exactly where. I think I heard it on the 5 or something. They were talking about
About
the
the-
Spencer shutting down, how they had a government handout that kind of
That's
helped them
crazy.
out, and it was. And I'm not necessarily against it. I mean, is it a necessity? No, but I mean, is it a necessity for the malls to be able to survive? Perhaps.
Well, when I
mean,
shut my business down, the government didn't help me out.
Yeah.
well, you weren't in a mall. You were in maybe a strip mall. but
mall.
I'm talking about like the big
The
malls.
government doesn't care.
No,
Yeah.
they don't.
Well, evidently they do because they gave Spencer's money. Is kind of what I'm driving at. It's kind of like, in addition to that, it's just moreover like, what did you used to do when you were there? I mean, it was Orange Julius. You used to always go down to the place where you order the
Yeah.
food. You never hung down out down there?
Yeah, we'd hang out in the food court, get some Sparrow pizza,
Orange Julius and get a little
and
pretzel or a corn dog. What is the corn dog place?
I don't know. I never hit the corn dog place.
Fletcher's.
No, it wasn't Fletcher's.
I remember kind of hanging out outside of the Victoria's Secret, Just
Oh, you just kind of walk by slowly.
Yeah, just kind of
back and forth.
just kind of glancing over
Oh,
there
yeah.
at the mannequin,
You walk in there and be like, "Can I try this on for you?" Well, yes, you can, ma'am.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of the other stores we used to go to. There used to be, was it Suncoast Movies? When videos
DVDs.
and DVDs used to be, we
And
should go
what-
in there
what
and look
about-
at those.
VHS.
Yeah,
What about
VHS.
the record stores? There was a specific type of record store that was always in them.
What was the name of that? Oh, damn.
I want to say Goody, but that's not right.
There was. You're right. It was always there.
But yeah, we used to go in there. We used to hit the movie store to look at all the VHS and go, man, I want to see that movie. It wasn't Discus.
I'm not going to get it, but it was. Yeah, there was.
Is it Gradia or Arcadia or?
Music Land.
Was it Musicland? I don't know.
I think Musicland may have been one of them.
That's a good question, man. But
I
I
don't
think you're right. I
remember.
mean, we always used to go in there and look at the records.
Oh, yeah.
There was records back in the day,
Oh, yeah.
and then it became CDs, right? Well, cassettes. Do you remember the
It was-
packaging of the cassettes?
Oh,
It
they
was
were
like this
long.
big, long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
you
why
had to-
that's why the CDs started. They were called were they letterbox, where the disc took up like 25% of the packaging.
Right.
It was really long.
So there was like the Tower Records, Camelot Music, Sam Goody, and that's all I can really think. But there's another
Sam
one.
Goody. That was it.
But there was another one.
Yeah, Sam Goody. I think
Sam Goody
that's
was it. That's exactly what it was. Yeah, so you were right. Well, I needed the Sam part to like resonate there. Yeah, that's it.
Then you had a lot of local, smaller ones as well that you'd run into every now and then.
Yeah. Well, I miss. I mean, I don't care about the mall anymore. Frankly,
it's still there.
Yeah.
You can
It's
go
still
to
active.
you can go to Stonebriar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we want to go to the mall every Friday, we can walk around and
Well,
reminisce.
that's kind of what they're alluding to. What's going to happen to these ghost town malls is that they're going to use them as special events areas and for exercise. Because there's a lot of old folks. There's a lot of folks, period, that will run laps.
Walk
you
the mall.
know,
Well, they
the-
usually walk the mall.
Well,
they're going to start like setting up cars for display and selling cars for malls because it's inside. And
I don't think people will go to it because there's two big malls here locally, Valley View, which is gone. It's been gone for a decade. They've put condos in there. And Collin Creek. Have you driven by that? That's gone.
Is it really? So
It's
they
gone.
They raised it, the whole thing.
It's gone. And
Dude, that was our go-to mall when we first moved to Plano.
yeah. Collin Creek is gone, and
oh shit.
they're putting in a multi-use kind of like a Legacy West type of place there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all the rage right now.
So they're building that.
It's the whole what? It's like the bars and shops and underneath, and then
and it's all walkable. All the restaurants and shit,
and then all the apartments are above that.
Apartments
right?
and typically, maybe some offices as well.
Right.
So yeah, Collin Creek's gone. Valley View's gone. The one I grew up going to in Cincinnati was called Tri-County Mall. We had two of them. Actually, we had more than two, but the main one I would go to was Tri-County Mall and Kenwood Town Center.
So do you think it was a massive investment loss, when these closed down? I mean, did they close down before they made their money after decades of the malls being open?
Well,
surely not, right?
Typically...
it's hard to say.
Yeah, Tri-County Mall. Yeah, there it is.
I mean, they would have these huge malls set up in...
I mean, how many years would it have to be doing its thing?
Where large highways meet, typically, except for the Denver airport. I mean, that's really the only stupid kind of huge place.
Okay. Well, I don't think people shop there.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
Hey, Mr. Producer, there's actually a guy on YouTube who travels the states walking all these closed malls.
Is that the same guy that walked the closed
that's retarded. Why would he do that?
Bowling alleys?
And he videos it.
Remember the bowling alley one you showed? Somebody, not broke in, but they went into an old bowling alley that was closed
in
down.
Cincinnati, where you used to hang
it was
out?
Ringo Lanes.
Yeah, exactly. Is this that same guy? Or
No,
what?
it's a different guy. Exploring
the Cincinnati malls, abandoned, yet still open.
But yeah, there's I don't know if this is the same guy, but he'll walk through it if he can still get in and shit like that.
Well, hold on. There's a ton of cars there. What does that mean? It's still open.
Well, I mean, it's possible that
could be one store still open.
Yeah, there could be, and plus, they've got infrastructure of people that work there, clean it, perhaps utility. I mean, because if you're gonna own a building like that, you have to maintain it, or it's gonna die.
Right.
Yeah, Cincinnati Mall.
And they may shut off the.
So they shut off the inside of it. I got you. They shut off the inside of it, but you can still access the main stores from the outside. Dude, that's so depressing, though.
Yeah.
You know what this reminds me of, though? Do you remember when the Astrodome was shut down?
During the Hurricane Katrina, and
it was
people
before
were
that.
getting raped.
No, that would have been the Superdome in New Orleans.
My bad. Oh, this is in Houston. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So they shut it down because they built Reliant Stadium, right next door. And there's somebody that went in there. I don't. Hopefully they didn't break in, but there's somebody that went in there and they started looking around, and it literally was like this. I mean,
looked the same.
Like when they shut the doors, there was Astros stuff everywhere. There was Oilers stuff. I mean, there was just.
I mean, look at this. I mean, this mall looks.
It looks
the
fine.
same.
It looks fine.
There's no people in it.
How creepy, man. How'd they get in there, you think? They break a window.
It looks like they're. Here comes security. Time to go.
Seriously?
Oh, I don't know. That's what it looked like. But there's the jump house. I mean, yeah, it's just. I mean, the store facades are still on.
Yeah, what a colossal waste of space. There's something they got to be able to do in here.
What?
I don't know.
I'm thinking at some point they may be able to revamp it, rehabilitate it somehow. I don't know how.
Or do you just hold on to it, hoping mall scene comes back in 10 years?
You know what? You remember we were talking about that crazy-ass big wall they're building in Saudi Arabia or something like that?
The Neom or something like that?
Exactly. It was like a self-contained. What if they could do that? They could open up bars and restaurants inside this thing, and then they could have, like, there would be apartments on the outside, and the inside would be an all-enclosed. How cool would that be? Think about it.
Yep.
It basically is kind of like what they're doing in Saudi Arabia, right?
Let's buy it.
And turn it into that.
Yeah, let's do it.
That would be actually pretty cool. Studio apartments and...
So basically it's like, here by us we have Legacy East and West. It'd be like that, except it'd be inside.
It'd all be inside.
Yeah.
And then you have a place where, like I said, you have restaurants and bars that kind of serve the inside and outside, I guess. But you would have places where, bands could play and then, dude, I think that would work. I mean, considering it's just sitting there doing nothing, why wouldn't you try that? And you probably get it for dirt cheap if you're a developer.
You know what? I agree with the spirit of it, but the problem I have is people are losers, and they take advantage of things. and they won't stay in their lane, and they will eventually commandeer other places in there. You know, I just don't trust them. They'll turn into Hamas holes and just you know.
No, I'm just saying it would be a fully developed environment where there's apartments and.
You talking about the living communities?
Yes.
Interesting.
So you would take like the Sears, the 2-floor Sears, and divide that up into apartments.
In apartments.
Mm,
And then you'd have.
So you'd have these block of apartments here, block here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm on
Each
the
one
fence
with a
on
different
that.
theme. You could have like like a French theme and
Absolutely.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
South
First of all,
Pacific.
I don't think it has the electrical or the plumbing infrastructure to do
No, it
something
would
like
take
that.
a lot of retrofitting to do it.
Absolutely, it would. Absolutely. But then again, they're building all that shit now. Like all the stuff you're talking about. They raised the whole thing and then they built a, you know. It would,
Right.
it would be an interesting concept. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of want the malls to come back, so that's the reason why I kind of disagree. But
You know, you can just go into a virtual mall.
that seems to be what's going on right now.
Isn't
I just
that
pop on
creepy?
those VR glasses. Mr. Producer has a lot of experience with the VR programs.
I mean,
you
that's
know.
so creepy, and they're selling real estate inside those environments.
That's ridiculous and
It is
stupid.
totally ridiculous.
I understood that, like Snoop Dogg, was it Snoop Dogg or one of these? There are people spending millions of dollars.
Okay, but
millions.
didn't it like
It crashed.
it crashed?
Yeah.
Like it didn't. It never took off. Nobody
No.
was like,
Oh,
"Hey,"
but it'll come back.
you think so?
Oh fuck, man! I thought Bitcoin was down and out, but it's coming back.
I should have bought Bitcoin when it was down.
Fuck Bitcoin.
Why didn't I?
Bitcoin is stupid. People are stupid that buy Bitcoin.
Oh, well, that's why I don't buy it then.
No, I mean, look, it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. You're buying nothing.
It is nothing.
You're buying nothing. It's a novelty, and that's all it is. And yes, it to me, you know what? To me, it's like the pyramid scheme. It's like you buy it, you buy it, you buy it. You get all your friends to buy it, and then when they all buy it, you sell.
Isn't that but hold on. Isn't that the same thing as stocks?
No,
I mean, what do you
There's
really-
but-
nothing backing up Bitcoin.
yeah, there's
There's
I
no
know.
gold depository.
There's
Okay,
nothing.
okay, so that just makes it more volatile, right? It makes it more volatile. It makes it a riskier
or it could
investment.
go away. It could go away tomorrow.
Yes, it could go down to zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see where I'm going with this? It's like
but
when we
it's
buy
stupid.
when we buy stocks. I mean, it can go up and down, and up and down, and up and
Well, you
down.
have the company behind that. Company earnings and all
I
that
get
stuff.
it. I
There-
get it. But
yeah.
that's
There's
what
nothing
people's-
behind Bitcoin.
But my point is, that's people's mentality. They're basically buying
because
stocks,
they're idiots.
but they're buying these fake coins, like
Well, that could be.
Dogecoin and
right.
Ethereum and whatever else, right?
They're not
Speaking of-
buying anything.
I know it doesn't exist. It's fake.
So I mean, okay, let's dive into this. So what they could be buying is
Dogecoin is at 15 cents.
I don't even want to tell you how much I put into that. I did
but
put. I put
it
money
could
into
be
that.
you're buying like
That was a scam. I think Elon Musk should be sued for that
why he did that on purpose.
to weed out the stupid people.
Well, to show people that it is what it is.
It was
That's
a-
exactly what it is.
It was a total idiotic deal.
Well, so is Bitcoin.
52-week high was 22
Yeah, but it's
cents.
$60,000 a coin right now.
Yeah,
it?
but it is. Yeah, it's
And there are people-
66, but yeah.
And there are people that are still.
You see where the Elon Musk spike?
Oh, when he went on SNL.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's when when he went on SNL.
Yep.
Yeah, my son and I gave him some money to buy Dogecoin because we wanted to get in on
Oh, look at that.
the next big
One
thing.
Dogecoin is that's not. Oh, that's Bitcoin. Look at that. Not
at
even a penny.
No, it's not even close to a penny.
Unbelievable.
And it's I guess it's at 64 now.
It crashed when he was on SNL, and the joke was, "It's a scam." He
It
was
is
like,
a scam.
right.
It's absolutely a scam.
As soon as he said that, it plummeted. And,
Oh.
and we
Hey,
lost
you know what?
all
There's
of
a
our
lot
money.
to be said about Elon Musk. I have a lot of respect for him. I really do. There's a lot of people that were like, "Oh, he's the devil. He's this. He's that." You know what?
Oh no,
Fuck
he's
off.
a stud, man. A
Yeah.
total stud.
Tell you what,
I
DWAC,
mean, is he perfect? No.
DWAC is
it's fallen again.
stalled.
It has,
fallen.
well, I mean, it was up like 10% today.
It was at $49.
I know.
It's better than 10.
Well, it's true.
Yeah, and also Trump's in court right now, and that shit fluctuates every time he gets in and out. And Trump being in court is stupid. This whole thing is stupid.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I bought more.
You bought born DWAC?
I did.
Good
So-
for you.
I know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Did you buy DJT or did you buy DWAC?
DWAC has turned into DJT. You can't buy DWAC now.
But it's still listed.
Is it? Because I owned stock in DWAC, and it was converted to DJT.
Because DWAC.
Because I don't even think you can buy that now.
Oh, maybe you're right. Okay, you're right. So yeah, DWAC is at $49.95.
So they froze it in time.
And DJT is at $35.
Right.
So it's down.
And but you, like I said, you cannot buy DWAC as far as I know. Can
Right.
you?
You're correct. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It all transferred over.
It did.
Yeah, 35.67.
Yeah. So I put another like $180,000 in DWAC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of just cash laying around. So
Yeah.
And I was talking to your son, the producer, and he was like, "Buy DWAC." So I did. So and
Man, it spiked.
Isn't he a stock market protege?
He probably could be.
Man, it spiked
Aren't
way
you-
up there, and then it just fell back.
I know it.
Fuck.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stocks that do that,
Oh,
but
man. This stuff is really spicy. Have you guys tasted the bourbon yet?
the bourbon. Oh,
Well, look, I don't have the bottle in front of me, but it's
Yeah,
a
what is
Chattanooga, and I don't recall. It's it a bourbon, Mr. Producer?
it's a single barrel.
What's it say on there?
Probably get that microphone and say something.
No,
Let me see the bottle.
that's a negative. Do you have laryngitis or something?
No, he's just.
All right, what does the bottle say, Mr. Hefe?
It is a hand-selected single barrel.
Okay, and the proof?
Is
it a bourbon?
118.6 straight
God.
bourbon whiskey.
Ooh, what does that mean, guys? When it's straight.
It's not gay.
Yeah.
It means it's aged at
Seriously,
least
what does it mean when it's
means
straight?
It's aged at least 2 years in Kentucky.
That's correct. Well, no, anywhere. Anywhere,
Yes.
not just Kentucky.
And they spell whiskey with an E.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
Hold on. Where did we end up on that?
I don't know.
I just listened to
I
that,
have
and
no idea where it's at.
you were just like, I am wrong. Because we were reading a bunch of shit. You're just like, well, I guess I was just all wrong.
See, don't you just love the humility that I have to admit that 99% of the time I'm wrong?
God.
Yeah.
Isn't that
and
wonderful?
Sean's like,
He's
Did-
like,
did
I'm
we-
never wrong.
did we record
I'm
that?
never wrong.
I want that recorded. He admitted he's
I
wrong.
will crush you. I was like, dude, relax.
First of all, he's saying that, and that's sarcasm. Okay, he doesn't have humility because if he did,
I do.
he would not have said 99%.
99% of the time I'm wrong.
He would have just said, "Sometimes I'm wrong."
This is a Tennessee high malt. And it's got all kinds of
Oh, a
stuff.
Tennessee high malt.
It's
Yeah.
got all kinds of stuff on the back that
That's
I cannot.
extremely.
Yeah, you
it's,
can't
It's
read it.
got a lot of stuff going on here. I have no idea. Cause
I tell you what,
before we'll
though,
even be able to find the bottle on there.
There's a lot of spice,
Yep.
but it's not overwhelming. Oh God, really?
Oh God!
Would you
what
stop
was
it? What are you
that?
doing? He just threw up in his microphone.
I was trying to taste it with my tonsils.
Wow. Your eyes were all watery.
It's okay. I'm back.
Are you?
Yeah, I had to get a little little water.
What a mess.
Chattanooga.
Yeah, what do we got?
Well, it says it contains one of 4 unique mash bills: B004, B005.
It's a blend.
No, it's one of these mash bills: SB055 or
What does that mean? They don't know what mash bill this single barrel is?
It's a Russian roulette.
That's retarded.
Hey, we're gonna pick a bottle. I don't know which one it is. Get a barrel. Just pull it in there.
It's one of those 4.
It's one of those.
What did we put in there? I don't know, Bob.
Then it says
That's retarded.
Come on, Miguel. What's wrong with you?
fermentation is
Yeah, I can see that.
and temperated
Bob
for 7
asking
days.
Miguel, what's in that barrel? I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's one of these
Really?
4.
Really?
Then it says cooperage, charred or toasted, and charred oak barrels.
Do you know what toasted means?
Slightly
Come on.
burnt.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Toasted. Listen, toasted. I learned this. Toasted is when they bake the barrel before they char it.
Same thing.
No,
Yes.
it's not.
Yeah.
Really?
All right, but
Yeah.
hold on. But
How would you know?
look, but
I
You're
was
wrong.
there.
You were wrong last week.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes, but-
wrong 99% of the time.
okay, you are right, but there's a reason why they do that.
Yes.
Do you know why?
It brings out more flavor,
But
More-
why?
More vanillas.
more vanillas.
Why though?
Because that's what the owner
because it
said
takes
to
out
do.
the water. So once the water,
What?
once the liquid in the oak gets dehydrated out, evaporates out, then the barrel turns into some like a tea bag, and
Ooh.
it's able to
So the bourbon's getting teabagged.
sort of. But when the
Ballsack.
Nice.
it's kind of like when you cut down a tree and you're trying to stick a wet tree on a fire, and you know how it smokes. It gets all crazy. That's because it's
cracks
wet.
and pops.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when it's completely dry, it goes up like that. You know,
So why would the barrel wood be wet, Sean?
because it's made out of wood.
No. They actually wet the wood. Why?
The exterior? You mean they soak it or they wet it?
Nope. They wet it to be able to make it malleable to shape it into a barrel. Did you know that?
I did.
Yes. I thought they use linseed oil.
Well, they can use linseed oil, but
They
that's-
use
toxic.
I think they use 10-30 weight.
no. Water is a good way to do that.
Yeah. So they wet so they cut the staves, right? And we talked about the tree. And in one tree they get 2 barrels,
Correct.
but not all the staves are perfect, right? So they mix and match staves from all these different trees, and they form the barrel. They wet it, and then they bend it in.
So do they pee on it, or what kind of water? Is the water
It's just-
purified, or
it's
is it
li-
pulled
it's
from the local
limestone.
river?
It's limestone. It's filtered water with no
That's so
iron.
retarded,
Right?
Limestone. They
I
run
know.
that, and the guy from the whatever Irish whiskey venue. I asked him that. He was kind of like,
He's like, get the fuck out of here.
well, what he said he was like, no, it's like a super filtered water, and I was kind of like, I had that look on my face. I was like, bitch, really? I mean, they go through all this limestone. I hear Jeff in my background going, limestone. And I'm like, okay, if they have to filter the shit out 15 times, then why does limestone fucking even matter,
Dude, way back when, I mean, we talked about this, I think, last time, right? Way back when, they didn't have filtered water, but limestone water is naturally filtered. But nowadays, reverse fucking osmosis, right? I mean, you don't need... Sorry, I cursed. I'm sorry, I got passionate. Can I nowadays, they have reverse osmosis water.
That doesn't help at all.
Correct.
It doesn't
just
at
makes you
all.
sound even more retarded.
Thanks, Sean.
Well, okay.
Anyway, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, but they also say, and it naturally has magnesium and calcium. Wait, calcium. Was it cadmium? Oh, strontium.
And you added turmeric last time.
the turmeric kings.
Turmeric. King turmeric.
King
Wait,
turmeric.
Dude, is that the second half? Because I think we were toasty.
I think
my
it was.
God.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't
let's close
remember.
this up. So the Chattanooga thing.
Yes.
Do
Do we have a nose?
Yeah, but hold on. We really didn't get a description because, frankly, I haven't seen it. So the recipe, the Riverbend Malt Collab Single Malt One Off Mash Bill, Riverbend Munich Malted Barley, Toast Sage, tasting notes. It's really hard to understand what this is all about. It says
I
code
know.
R18087. So
No, that's what
unless
that
you
means.
have a like a decoder ring for those Chattanooga fans out there. All right, look, I can't really direct you to the specific barrel. I will tell you ours is 118.6 proof, and
Nice.
it is a bourbon, right?
Correct. Yes, it's a straight bourbon.
It's
whiskey.
straight bourbon. And the straight bourbon means?
It's been aged for 477 years.
So it's like tar.
That is incredible.
And there's nothing left.
It
They
actually
basically
says-
scrape the inside of the barrel to
Yeah,
get
it actually says
That would be sludge. We're drinking pudding.
greater than 4 years.
Nice.
That's what straight bourbon means?
Well, it's
No,
older
straight
than
means
2.
aged at least 2 years.
At
But
least
the
2
fact that
years.
it's bourbon, no one's going to age their bourbon like 2 years.
Some do.
I
but
know, but most of them are like 3, 4, 5
Yeah.
plus
Correct.
years.
So straight bourbon just means it's over 2 years.
Yes.
Correct.
So it's kind of a simple way to say, hey, we're cheap.
If they didn't age it, ooh,
Sorry about
God.
that. It was heck.
if they didn't age it,
Well, I have to say,
I would say 4 years is like the standard, wouldn't you guys?
probably is. Yeah.
Actually, I'd say 3.
3 to 4.
Yeah, I'd say 3. And well, it's starting to get up there. I mean, you've got these people that have been in business, like Rebecca Squig, the 12-year. Oh my God, it's fantastic.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Have I had the
Mhm.
12 year?
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, they don't age it down here for 12 years.
Is
That's
it-
MGP.
do they include that?
Are you sure? Are you saying Rebecca Creek doesn't
Well, it
distill
says
their own
12
stuff?
years on the bottle.
I don't think you can age a bourbon 12 years here in Texas.
That's interesting. Well, I mean, Bob's doing what do you say?
Well, he's trying
He's
10.
pushing 1 to 10.
Yeah, but
That's
it,
right.
it says 12 years on the bottle. So
it
what
could
does
have
that
been
mean?
It could have been aged 12 years. Maybe they bought it at 8 years old or 9 years old.
So I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. Are you
They
saying
bought
that
it aged from MGP, and then maybe it could be 12 years from MGP, and they just bottled it down there.
Do you know that for a fact that Rebecca's Creek is?
Yeah,
that's
but
what they're
how
doing.
how would you what you can't age MGP. MGP is like just a
No,
core distillant.
They
you know?
age their stuff.
In what?
Barrels.
So yeah,
Are you joking?
no.
No.
Okay. So I think.
I've not heard this
Well,
part
hold
of
on.
it.
All the above is available. If you want to buy the distillate and you want to age it yourself in any kind of barrels you want, right? You have that option. If you want to buy it aged to a certain 2 years, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 4, you probably can do
So
that
you
too.
can buy MGP in a generic barrel, and take it and then put it in your own barrel.
You if you want to double oak
If
it,
you want to
Is
double
that-
oak it,
yeah.
or just keep it in that barrel.
Why
and age
wouldn't
it
the
some more.
MGP folks just put their own label on there if they're,
They're
going to go
starting
through all
they're
that
starting
process?
to do that. They're
Yeah.
starting to release their own stuff. The
Because-
Remus, I believe their stuff is the Remus. We have some out there.
Yeah, because they were in the business of making bourbon for other people. They didn't want to get
Yeah.
into distribution. They didn't want to get into retail sales. They just wanted to sell it for other people.
Like if we
Interesting.
wanted to start our own whiskey, we could buy MGP, and they'd ship us barrels.
MGP juice.
Yeah.
MGP juice. All right, well, let's get down to the nuts of this. Let's taste it. But this time I'll try not to choke on it.
I think the nose is pretty weak.
I finished it. I don't know why I did it, but my throat is a little tingly.
I think the nose is a little
He,
weak.
he looked over at my glasses empty, and he's like, "What? What just happened, Paul?"
I smell lots of vanillas.
I don't smell or taste anything because I just downed the whole thing.
I almost
So
I almost smell a little strawberry in there. A little stone fruit.
I figured that. I smell leather sandals
So it's definitely
It's got a lot of spice to it.
a
it's
lot,
got a lot of spice.
but
Little
that's okay.
baseball glove going on.
I'm ready to rate it.
A
As far
nice
as-
leather.
As far as viscosity, I mean,
It does coat the mouth pretty good.
it's got
It
some.
does.
It does have legs on the glass.
Are you guys ready to rate it? Mr. Producer, are you ready to record our rating
I'll give it
of
a 6.
Chattanooga single barrel?
6.5, 6.8, 6.5, 6.6. I'll give it 6.6.
That's exactly what I was going to say. 6.6. That's never happened before.
I think I'd go to a 7. You realize you gave,
Herpes.
yeah.
To whom?
To
Jeff?
What the hell one did we have last week?
I can't remember last
Oh,
week.
really?
Redemption.
Yeah, seriously?
You gave the Redemption a 7.7. So you like the Redemption better than this? A whole point?
I didn't give it a 7.7, did
You
I?
did.
Did I really?
Yes.
Well, you weren't yourself.
You had 8 glasses prior to that, but
That's right.
Why?
That's right.
I just want to stay consistent in our.
Well, you know,
grading.
I gotta be. It's got to be. I don't want to look back that way. I have to
Yeah.
be. It's right now.
Sean has emotional responses, and he's
Yeah.
letting it all. He's pouring his whole soul into
I give this.
rating.
I give this a 7.
I give it a 6.6.
It's got good flavor. The nose isn't real strong for me.
It's got. It's a little floral.
To me, the spice, it overpowers a little bit of the flavor.
I got some honey now.
That's the only reason why I bring it down a couple notches. But that's it.
Almost some blackberries and strawberries in there. A little bit on the
Mm.
back end.
Like maybe overripe bananas.
Jeff, I'm still at.
You can't change it.
Yeah,
It's
I'm,
already, it's already been recorded.
no, I'm at I'm
Well, that makes sense because your palate today may be a little bit different than it was last week.
well, shit, yeah, fuck, man. I mean,
Right.
like you said, for some reason last week I was like
Rolling.
stress and dehydration. I think I was a little thirsty, and it was just coming back big time.
You're a stress drinking.
And it tasted good.
Maybe I don't know, man.
It was good. No, 6.6
life is
is
stressful.
good though. Well, hold on. We need to
No, I'm
talk
talking
about
about the Redemption. I just wanted
Oh,
because I was
okay.
surprised because I was editing that one today. I was like, wow, he graded that one high.
really high.
It's just because it was sweet, it was good, it was solid. The Redemption, you know, it was. I gave it that high score because I was tasting it, I was drinking it, and that was part of the problem. It's because I was able to fucking drink it. You
Right.
could become an alcoholic drinking Redemption.
Right.
You can because I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
literally like pounding it.
It's
And
really smooth.
Yeah, it was.
you
It
know,
was good.
this one, you're not going to pound this unless you're Paul. But I mean, you're not going to be able to pound this one. I mean,
No.
I guess I could, but it's just
It's a little harsher than last.
it is.
It's not as smooth.
It's not as smooth. That's the only reason why I didn't push it up closer to like a 6.8,
Yeah.
6.9.
But the
What,
the flavor, I like the flavor of it.
What was the proof of redemption?
88. I
It was
believe.
88.
Well, there
yeah.
we go. I
It
mean,
was 88
it's-
for sure.
that's that's smooth. A lot
This
of those
one-
are smooth.
This one's 116. It's
118, so 30
118.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So we're all over the place. Oh, you didn't read it.
I said 7.
You said 7. Okay.
Mm.
All right. There you
So
go.
we're all close.
So we throw out the 2.
Eh.
We throw out the lowest
No,
score.
we don't. I don't know what actually what Mr. Producer is doing. I mean, as far as like his ratings, are you recording all 3 of our ratings? Oh, that's
He
awesome.
is.
It's good stuff. Good. All right. Well, the bourbon's great. Thank you, Chattanooga.
Yeah.
And where did we get this bottle?
And if we
We got this at Total Wine. It was
Yes.
one of the stands suggested.
And if Chattanooga ever is listening, any representatives from Chattanooga, we'd love to try any other bottles you have. Send them our way, and we'd be glad to try them because we enjoy them all. Okay, so
I want to give a quick shout out to a couple listeners out there. First of all, Stan, thank you. Brian and Matthew. Brian, I don't even know how to say your last name. Brian Shanafahauser.
Yeah,
Oh.
we got some avid listeners.
Yeah. And then we got Matthew Greenlight. That's Greenlight
Oh.
Matthew. And Stan from Total Wine. 3 guys I play video games with a lot, and they do listen to the podcast, and they make some comments. Like, oh, yeah, we heard you talk about this shit. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for listening, and keep it up. Stay strong.
It's always exciting. I tell different people about the podcast, and then I'll have lunch with them or go to happy hour, and they'll be like, "Dude, I've been listening to your podcast. It's awesome." And I'm like, "Really? Really?
Yeah.
Like, why?"
We'll spread the word. We want more listeners. So
Yes.
that's the key. We're still after. This is our 5th season. Still trying to figure out how to spread the word.
Yeah, I know it's not. Well, I mean, it's not easy. There's a million or more, millions.
Yeah,
of
there are
podcasts out there.
there are so many people out there.
Again, we could pay money
But we're niche.
to market us.
But we're niche. We are looking for dudes like us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, similar stories. I mean, everybody's got different stories.
Yeah.
But I mean,
and there are people out there that we are staunch Republicans, but I don't care. I mean,
no,
people could
no, I don't
Democrats
care.
could show up and we could talk because look, dudes like us,
Well, we've had that.
Absolutely.
yeah, it didn't work out very well for some of them, but I mean, like one of them left drunk as shit and stupid, and then the other one was just there's no
I mean,
continuity.
But we want to be the type of we want to be objective, right? I mean,
Right.
hopefully we're not like so ridiculously over the top that we can't even listen to the opposite side and hear those arguments and go, no, that's got merit. I didn't know that history. Or I mean, dude, there's so much we don't know. You know what I mean? Like the why behind. I mean,
You want to know what I want to know why right now?
What's
I
that?
want to know why we aren't deporting these thousands and thousands of protesters
Of the Hamas.
that are they're literally terrorists. If you say death to Jews,
Yeah, dude.
you are saying death to Americans.
I mean, some of the stories I was reading today,
It's-
they were quoting what they were chanting, and it was like,
These kids don't know what the hell they're talking about. These are the same
don't.
protesters who protested everything.
those
they're
guys,
they're
but
just
they need to-
anti-establishment.
They need to be held accountable.
But what the stuff they're chanting, dude?
Oh no, I agree. But
It's
these-
like send more missiles. We love that you're doing that. I mean, it's like what?
no, I agree. I mean, there's some true believers in there. Some of the Palestinians or whatever,
Look,
but most of them are just career protesters.
Yeah, they're brainwashed into getting sucked.
They
into
they
this.
just joined
But
the
I'm
latest
talking
cause.
like in Dearborn, Michigan, they had some sort of protest. And
Correct.
one of the guys was talking about there, and they said death to America.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
They death to America.
Death to Israel. Death to America.
Yeah.
With the shit they say in Iran.
What
Correct.
happens? You can't say that in the United States.
No.
There are
like,
people.
Don't be here. If you're saying death to
Yeah,
America,
but
go away. Go.
But
go
it's
to
not a
Iran.
gently. We don't need to just tell, hey, if you don't like it, you go away. Yeah.
I know.
No, there needs to be a military presence.
We're
That-
putting you on a
that-
plane and we're going to send you to Gaza.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, look, you guys pack your shit up and get the fuck out. You've got 10 minutes. Because we're taking you and you guys and all these that are in the middle. Look, I don't care if you're gay.
But here's
I
the
don't.
thing.
But hold on. There are gay people out there supporting Hamas.
Oh, of course.
These fucking idiots
Right.
they're fucking idiots. They don't have any concept of what really happens to gay people out there.
Oh,
No.
dude, they're routinely hung in Iran.
They're thrown off of buildings.
Oh,
Yes.
That's like Saudi Arabia does that all the time.
Palestine
It's
does
just-
that.
It's just sickening, and these people are so ignorant.
Ignorant. The
You
word
know,
is
well,
the perfect word.
I
is
was
ignorant.
talking. I don't remember who it was. I was like, so these people are saying death to Jews, and all this stuff. Do they realize they're essentially trying to replicate what Hitler did?
Right.
Do they connect those dots?
No, they do not. And they call Trump a Nazi.
Right. Go look back. Well, some of these are probably Holocaust deniers.
Right.
There are a subset of folks who deny that even happened.
Right. I know.
Right. So have they thought that through? Or someone said, you're replicating what Hitler did. You're
Yeah.
wanting to do the same thing. Is that really what you want to do?
They would you would have a very visceral reaction to that. Like you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't
You're
know.
ignorant. Like they're insane, man. They're so
Yeah.
brainwashed.
I tell you what, if I had a kid going to Columbia or Yale or Harvard,
Pull them.
I'd almost yank their asses out of there, especially if they were Jewish.
Hell, they can't even go. They were told to stay. They were told the Jewish students to stay away because it wasn't safe.
And they all went to
I would
Zoom
demand
classes.
compensation from my tuitions
Absolutely.
because the school failed on protecting them. The school failed across the board. They're letting people camp out there with hundreds of tents,
It's
including
ridiculous.
Elon Omar's daughter, and she's
she
on
got
the front
kicked out.
page.
She got
Yeah.
kicked out of school.
Good.
Well,
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, they shut off her access to the dorm and the dining hall. And did you hear what she said?
I'm homeless.
I'm homeless and starving.
Look at me.
Yes.
It's like really.
Go cry to your dad /uncle, bitch.
And brother.
And fuck her. Fuck Elon Omar. Fuck the whole cause that they've got going on. That's my perception.
Right.
It's just not healthy.
Well, yeah. So
None of it's healthy.
So the whole Columbia, I think it's the worst at Columbia, which is in downtown New York, is the worst. And
Oh, they went to Yale and Harvard too.
Yeah, they're Yale and Harvard and MIT and
NYU.
Is this something that's been going on for a long time? Have I just
No.
missed this?
well,
I mean,
the Palestine thing is new.
I'm just saying in
It's new.
general. I mean, because they talk about, there's been protests in the 60s, 70s. The protests have been going on forever. But to me, it seems like I have never seen it as harsh as it is right
it
now.
was extremely
it's
volatile
ugly.
in
Yeah,
the
this
60s.
is like this
It's
is
to the
like
point where I
yes,
feel-
this is like Kent State type of
This
shit.
was-
I even
was
felt
very
bad
hol-
for Alec Baldwin.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
He got-
I
he
mean,
got a-
I don't even like that douchebag,
Yeah,
and I
so,
felt
okay,
bad
yeah,
for him.
yeah,
I was
what-
like, dude, I would have beat the fuck out of that.
Hold on.
bitch.
What was the story there? He went to get a coffee. Like
he was
went
just
to-
he was just getting a coffee and
So
some
did life.
He seriously he just happened to be in the area where all that shit was going down.
No,
Really?
I don't know where it happened.
Hold on. Look at a little context here. So he was at a store. He was at just a regular coffee shop. He's doing his own morning thing, and some YouTuber that is
they trying to get
is-
clicks.
yeah, she's like some it's like a crackhead Barney or crackhead something like that. It's a Barney crackhead something is the name of her name. In her tag name, and anyway, she has a reputation of going around and harassing people.
Oh.
And she was like, "Oh, Alec Baldwin, or Mr. Producer, can you pull up that clip for
Yeah, and-
Alec
and-
Baldwin?"
he wanted him to
Admit.
support Palestine.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you support Alec Baldwin? Did you murder somebody? Or why are you in jail, Alec? And she's just pushing his buttons. Just pushing his buttons.
and, like-
she wants him to get
Yeah,
upset.
like say you are for Hamas. Are you for Hamas? Are you for Hamas? I mean,
that's
something
it.
like
Just
that.
hit her. A hit video.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's just not right, man.
All right, let's see if we can't hear it because this was
There you go.
crazy.
That looks good.
Yeah, 43 seconds. Yeah, they hit that.
No.
Free Palestine
There
one
we go.
time. Why did you kill that lady? No jail time, Alec? No jail time, Alec.
Could you do me one quick favor?
No, stop.
Actor Alec Baldwin caught on video slapping a woman's
Yeah,
phone.
so they-
out of her
Oh, so they
hand.
call him out, but not her.
Yeah,
Right.
And the thing about
Yeah,
it is, this-
seriously, why is the why?
This
well,
is so
well,
unfair because they didn't even play the full clip. She sat there and harassed him for 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh, she
you
was
know,
a bitch.
You know what I think is funny, and I may have heard this from somebody. I'm stealing their material, but what would have been funny if he would have just said, he could have given the coffee shop a shout out. He said, "I'm not talking anything until I've had my morning coffee from filtercoffee.com."
And this is a double latte.
I'll talk to you right after I have my coffee because it'll kind of diffuse her.
Oh, completely. Oh,
And
it'll mock her.
It'll mock her, diffuse her, and it's kind of like, let me just drink my coffee and I'll talk with you.
Dude, he's had a rough year, man.
And even though I don't like him because he's because of his stance with Donald Trump, and he's just a
he's a
just
pompous
douche,
ass.
man.
He's a pompous ass.
He is. But you know what? I don't want this. I don't wish this on anyone.
Yeah, I don't wish him this, but I don't wish him killing that woman. I mean,
okay, I get it. But he's going to have his day in court, but he should be able to go to a fucking coffee shop and have a coffee without being harassed. I mean, I don't wish that on anybody.
The mayor of New York City in an airplane was harassed by somebody similar, not the same, but
Adams. You talking about
Mayor Adams of New York City?
Yeah.
Black dude. He was on the plane, and some bitch comes up to him and just says, "Fuck you, man."
No, that's not acceptable.
That's
what a lot of these YouTubers do.
Why do we think that's an acceptable way to engage in?
All they're doing is they're looking for clicks and likes and bullshit like
and
that.
They can sell the video to all these outlets.
That's all they're trying to do. There's a whole set of these TikTokers, YouTubers who go around harassing people looking for a response.
That's so pathetic.
So let's talk about the presidential election.
Oh, boy.
And but I don't want to talk about individuals. I want to talk about just normal things that happen when you have a presidential election. You usually have the debates. When do the debates start?
Yes, but there won't be any.
They'll debate after the conventions.
Jeff, could I have?
So is that what it is? Yeah. Pass the ball. I want to touch up on mine too.
It's after the conventions, which are in August, I believe.
So the debates typically don't start till after August. So it's normal for.
Yeah, this is going to be the longest presidential campaign in history because the two candidates were named. What, in January?
Oh, right. Yeah, because there was no primary.
Right. There's no primaries. So it's a given that Trump and Biden are the two candidates. You usually don't know that until August.
That's right.
Who the official one. No, you kind of have an idea.
Oh, yeah. You have a front runner.
But I guess officially in August, they'll name Biden when all the states raise their flags for whoever.
Not the Ukraine flag in the middle of Congressional Hall.
Flags?
Well, not the raise their flags, but that's where they have these big conventions.
I thought it's black smoke or white smoke if they've made a decision.
That's right.
That's the Pope.
That's the Vatican.
Yeah, that's the Vatican.
Yeah, this is when the new Pope gets elected, man. Yeah, but I was trying to think of the Mexican restaurant. You laid your flag, raised the flag.
That's
Chico's Taco Chico.
Well, in Denver, that's a very famous restaurant. That these two.
I'm talking about the ones here in Texas. Fuck Denver.
No, it's called Casablanca.
No, it's called Ponchos.
Ponchos, that's what it is.
But there's a place in Denver called Casablanca.
Well, that place sucks.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
oh my God, there's a story behind it.
Yeah,
My
like
childhood story.
We care about Ponchos, that's it, because it gives me the shits.
Okay, first off, Poncho. Yeah, I was gonna say Poncho sucks.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that her name?
Is it still around?
No. Actually, I think
I think there may be a couple
There's
left.
a couple left in Ponchos. All right, hold on. Back up. So
I think Ponchos is the equivalent of Cece's Pizza.
That's worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In terms of Mexican food and pizza?
Yeah.
It is the Cece's of pizza.
If you get a fresh out of the oven Cece's, it's edible. But as soon as it sits for any amount of time, it's nasty. Ponchos, I don't care. It's just nasty.
From the get-go.
Oh, well, it's been 30 years since I've had it. I've had one bad experience.
There was one.
That was
there was
enough.
a Ponchos in El Paso. I freaking loved it, man.
All right, so I digress. All right, what were we talking about before?
I completely forgot.
We were talking about raising flags, and I said something about smoke.
Yeah, we're talking about the congressional. When are they going to start the debate? That was the whole
the
thing.
Convention.
They're not going to.
The conventions.
Do you really believe they're not going to debate at all? They're just going to go straight?
Trump wants to debate. Biden has
won't.
said, no, I don't want to because he can't.
Already Democrats are giving reasons for why Biden
because he doesn't behave.
Because
he's not behaving. Because
he
he's
won't
not
debate. Guys, there's going to be no debate. How is that acceptable to the American public?
It's not.
So is he going to get elected?
They're going to try their best to force it in.
I know. This is insane.
This is
I think
craziest thing I've ever heard.
There will be no debates. This will be the first forever, right? Ever?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Last.
Because he can't debate.
Hold on. In 2020, did they have debates?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, he had one. It
No,
was
I think there were
it was
two
done
or
by Chris Wallace, and he
No.
was an absolute ass.
He
Yes.
had
Okay.
he had a couple.
I
last time.
believe there will not be one debate this year, and this may be the first ever.
No, I agree. I don't think there is because they're going to have to hop him up on whatever drugs he was on for State of the Union,
State of the Union.
and his heart may not be able to take that.
No. That's
Trump will shut him down.
It's insane.
Well, we thought that
don't get
last
it.
time too, and then they didn't give Trump the platform that he needed.
Well, they're saying that they're going to turn the climate crises into a issue where it's going to be similar to COVID around election time.
Where we need all the mail-in ballots again.
Yeah, they're going to be like, oh, well, I mean,
Well, you can't go outside because of the sun rays.
what the fuck is this all about? So what am I going to get? Like, with my job, because I got to be outside, am I going to get started some hazard pay?
Did you see? I mean, I know you guys. The YouTube video that we watched is called "The Climate," the movie.
Oh yeah,
They
yanked it.
Yeah, they just said it's misinformation. I'm like, but wait a second. He's a NASA scientist, the foremost, the renowned.
They yanked it off the internet?
Off of they shut it down
YouTube?
from somewhere.
Is it on Rumble?
They shut it down off of somewhere.
Oh, I should have fucking downloaded it.
So they said it's just misinformation.
You can probably find it on Rumble.
I mean, it
I bet
talks,
it's on a website
but
as
it
well.
talks about so many things, right? It talks about carbon dioxide does not affect the temperature, and there was all these scientists that are vetted that said,
Right.
I mean,
What gives them the authority to
I know,
yank shit like that?
right?
It's their company; they can do it.
You talking about YouTube?
Yeah,
Yeah, but why don't they just?
they can. Unfortunately, as much as we dislike it, it's their company; they can do it.
But they just
Like if we owned a
misinformation.
company and Joe Biden put out a video, we're like, yeah, we're taking that down. We could.
It's insane. It's insane. I don't think anybody's getting the truth. That carbon, which is that's the major focus on everything.
Well, they said that
Carbon dioxide is the major focus of everything. What's your carbon footprint? Every single company on the planet now.
It's like 0.04% of the atmosphere.
Yes, and every company on the planet is obsessed with, reducing their.
No, it's still on YouTube.
Yeah, well, it got shut down somewhere. I can promise you.
Facebook, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah,
Well, I'll
maybe.
tell you what, when I'm sitting there and I'm applying jobs, I almost have to vomit at the amount that I see about how they're so
DEI,
focused on ESG and
environmental social governance,
culture and DEI,
DEI, diversity,
and all
equity,
that
and
shit. I was
inclusion.
like, I don't want to work for your company.
But I tell you what. So after I guess Texas passed a law, and now all these universities are cutting all their DEI staff.
Well, Florida did the same thing.
I love it. I love it because it's a scam.
It is. It is.
The carbon dioxide thing is a scam. The
Yep.
whole thing's a scam. And when you look at all the things, the trillions of dollars that are invested, it's a scam. The windmills, not necessary. The solar panel stuff, not necessary. I mean, all of it's done on the preface of a lie.
Right. The only reason I'd get solar or a windmill is if I could be self-sustaining. I didn't have to pay money for it.
Right, like out in the country.
Yeah, if I was.
Oh,
if I-
you're not allowed to download from YouTube unless you pay for a subscription. That's weird.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that makes sense though.
Yeah, it does.
Um,
Trying to get their money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
they still have
surprised-
it.
I'm surprised it's still available because somebody told me it's shut down somewhere. I don't. Obviously, it's not YouTube,
Yeah, it's still up there.
but it was basically tagged as misinformation.
So
Misinformation.
I forwarded you guys. I think I did. I forwarded you guys the actual because it wasn't. They didn't say it's They did say it's misinformation. Misinformation. They had like 9 points, and one of them was misinformation, and the other 8 was misleading information.
Really?
Yeah. So those were the other styles. So they're like, so they labeled the whole thing misinformation, but there's only one that's claim they said misinformation. The other are misleading.
You know what? When the kids were going through school, specifically 4th or 5th grade, I know Brandon, I think, or maybe it was Steven. I think it was Brandon. His teacher showed them an inconvenient truth without a counterpoint. If I was a teacher, I would show inconvenient truth, and I would show that. And I would say, Now we're going to have a debate and discussion.
Yep.
Right? I think that's what a teacher should do. It's
Yes.
not a one side over the other. You teach it, and you make the kids understand the differences, and
Yes.
they're going to go, wow, Inconvenient Truth was fucking wrong.
Yeah. Look at the data.
Critical
and-
thinking.
Yeah, look at the data and make your own, come to your own conclusion. That's one of the things that in that movie, the climate
Right.
movie,
Right.
there's a professor of, I forget what university it was, but he was like, I tell them the data is readily accessible. Go look at the data and you tell me, you make your own determination. Does the data support what they're saying? And he's like, it overwhelmingly does not.
Right.
I mean, I'm just like, anyway.
I guarantee it. YouTube will probably flag this podcast, particular podcast, when I upload it or when it gets uploaded. Period.
Why? We didn't mention COVID. Oop, just did.
Yeah,
Sorry.
COVID really happened. It did. COVID really happened. It was a real thing.
Yeah.
Well, it was a real thing, but there was a bunch of lies tied around it.
But yeah, it was real.
No, I just ruined it.
Exactly. I was trying to keep us from being pulled down, bro.
No, it doesn't matter. The point is that
Bourbon is real.
well, this
Does that- does that say that?
there's so much ugliness going on right now.
I
and
know.
it really it's
I just
affecting me.
I don't feel like
It's depressing me.
yeah.
It's depressing
I'm
me.
almost at the point where if my kids were in middle school thinking about going into high school, well, not thinking about going into high school,
Hey, Dad.
and you're
I'm thinking
thinking
about going into high school.
well, then you're thinking, okay, what's next?
Creep.
Do you have the discussion with them that says college is a scam at this point?
yeah, like
Unless
everything-
you want to become a doctor or a lawyer or some kind of engineer,
How do you tell your son that everything you're going to learn in college is probably a lie?
avoid college.
Right?
Look at trade school, welding, HVAC, this.
Well,
this.
now they're saying welding is fake.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. That was a joke. That was a joke.
I was like, well, welding is a fantastic career.
Well, he doesn't want to do it now. He wants to get into auto mechanic.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that either.
I know,
No.
but they don't make anywhere near as much as welders.
ASC certified, I'm sure they do well.
Do they?
They can.
That's my youngest we're talking about.
Yeah.
He's doing trade school, and I'm excited for him.
Well, you got to support what they do, whether how much money they make or not is irrelevant.
But you gotta do fucking something.
That's a
Yeah.
great point.
You got to have a plan, and you got to start doing it.
But you do have to think about a career that supports whatever your lifestyle you think you need in your lifestyle, right? If you're a kid that's like name brand shit and I'm gonna get a hot wife and we're gonna, then you better think ahead that that's a lifestyle that requires money,
Well, yeah.
and you better pick a
I'll tell
career. You better pick
tell you,
a degree
some of
or a
the-
trade school or
That will
discipline
support that.
that will support that. So
Some
I'm
of the,
trying to train them on that.
some of the differences between some of the kids nowadays versus me or maybe you guys is I think we were kind of thrown in the fire. We're kind of like sink or swim, bitch. I mean, when I graduated high school, I ended up going to UTEP for a year before I moved away, and it was sink or swim. I moved out.
Right.
I had to survive.
Right.
I think that's different for a lot of kids nowadays.
And you did the Shankros.
Yeah, I did a lot of stuff to
Bar
make money.
scene.
You got to do everything you can
whatever.
to survive because it's you. I didn't have
Right.
any.
Like you said, sink or swim.
I didn't. My parents. I didn't get that support.
Right.
I could have gone back home, but there was no way I was going to go back home.
Well,
and live in that.
I think
So-
also is there's a different mindset today that they don't want to leave.
Right. It is a different. We're too much not helicopter parents, but we're too like wrap our wings around our children.
I'm
and-
not.
Well, I know you're not. I know you're not. You kicked them out at what, 14?
Yeah, 12.
Back in 1868,
No,
they were fucking plowing
no,
at 10 years old, bitch.
I see it
Get
as
out there.
I see it as
Here's
my
a cigarette.
I see it as my goal as 0 through 18. It's my job to train them to move out.
Yes.
Be
And be
self-sufficient.
self-sufficient. I get it.
Right.
I've
And
said
then
the
you-
same things.
And then you support after that to help them be successful.
Yes.
But you want them out of the house.
Yes, I agree.
Doing their own thing, being successful, being happy. Whatever that is.
Right.
Well,
Right?
But it's not. Look, this is happening across the United States.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
it is.
So it's
It is prevalent.
It's not everybody.
Well, it's most of the people is what I'm getting at. You know, there are some people that don't, and there's a lot of more people that do is what I'm getting at. So I'm trying to figure out what this phenomenon is and how did it come about. You know,
I think it's parenting style.
Correct. It's generational erosion of hardcore parenting to where we don't want to see our kids fail, so we prop them up and we give
like
them
our parents were not nice.
No, they were like, get the fuck out.
Yeah,
my grandfather on my dad's side was a douchebag.
Yeah,
he would beat. I want to say beat, but he'd hit me with a fucking stick.
Yeah, it was different.
I'm talking like a fucking walking stick.
I got chased with a broom by my grandmother when
kids were not meant to be
I don't even know
seen.
what I did, but she was swinging it at me, and thank God
she didn't like your hearing
and
aids.
thank God. Well, yeah, I didn't have hearing aids
like,
then.
Get rid of the stupid one.
Yeah. Kill the retard. Mommy, he hit me again. Okay.
Why is this in my butt?
We're gonna have to edit all
That
this.
is so bad.
It is. You guys are making fun of me. I'm a
Oh,
I
you
no.
made fun of yourself.
Time out. This
No,
is ADA.
no,
ADA is going to jump all over this shit because I am a disabled American and you guys are fucking me
I'm
up right now.
disabled too.
Well, yeah, you're fucked in the head.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah. We're all
not my
disabled to
fault.
some degree.
Poor bastard. We've always pitied you.
Shout out to Chattanooga whiskey.
We liked all their
straight
stuff.
bourbon
We do.
whiskey.
It's good. It's
They,
good.
Chattanooga's been. There's a one I
There's
didn't like.
one we didn't like.
I didn't really like, but that's okay. But it's Tennessee high malt. It's a 750 milliliter. This one's really strong. It's it's 118.6 proof. It's hand selected.
That would be really strong.
Single barrel, barrel 91 SBO 091. But if you guys are interested in it,
There we go.
it's we give it a
A 6.6.
around a 7-ish, a 7,
Are
below
you
7.
High
you
six
ready?
No,
is
I am not. I'm
7. High 6 is 7. So it says hand-selected barrel.
Yeah, it does say hand
By
selected.
who?
From who? Yeah, it should say
so-
that.
Is that a store pick?
No, it's not.
It's got to say on there if it's a hand-selected barrel.
It says hand selected single barrel. So somebody selected it.
Well, aren't they all selected?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
No,
if,
some of
if it's a single barrel, they go, that's a good one.
No,
So
no.
all single barrels are selected.
No, some of it is AI.
No, it could be.
No
They
human,
tasted it.
No human hand selected it.
It's the first
computer
half
picked it.
of the podcast Dudes Like Us, April 24th. Thank you, Mr. Producer, after your long trip coming back from Colorado Springs.
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
Yeah, well, he's got to turn on his mic and be a little vocal out there.
Yes.
Dudes Like Us.
I would
We'll
love
see
that.
you on the second half. We got tons of stories. I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
Yes, you are. You sailor.
God.